with a little recovery from the bulls right now, but yes, and very, very big moves, big moves. Hello Adrian, and welcome back to another episode of the Dang Oracle. It is 7:30, well, maybe 5 minutes late maybe. I had a quick reply that I had to email some stuff, so there's a 5-minute delay on there. But yes, we are live right now and we are on right now. Woo! A lot of stuff happened during the day. Well, I told you it was going to be a week of resolution, and it's an ongoing battle right now. First hit was from the Bulls, the second hit was from the Bears, and today technically another big hit from the Bears once again. So before we go all into all of that, wanted to wish you a happy Thursday, and we are nearing very close to the end of the week. So resolution is very, very near, or perhaps do we already have resolution? Well, that's something that we can analyze and look into, of course. But before we go into that, first let me say hello to all the people from the hardcore crew who are with me mostly almost every day. Almost every day. Hi Clancy, hi Gita, hi John, hi Darren, hi Nikolai, hi Henry, hi Lex, hi Michael, hi Jeremy, hi Monkol, hi Tina. So yeah, everybody is basically here, and we'll wait for the couple of few more latecomers who are always coming late. Let's take a look on the COVID numbers first before we go into our technical analysis. And what do we see? Boom. We can see that the United States have like 2.4 million cases, pretty much 1.2 million cases in Brazil, 600,000 now in Russia, India close to 500,000, Peru and Chile nearing 250k, over 250k as well. Hi Matthias. Let's take a look on the chart. Let's take a look here. Hi Shamir. Dun, dun, dun. Ooh, we are at 9.4 million cases, as you can see, and still looks pretty bad. USA not good, Brazil not good, Russia not good, India not good, Peru not good, Chile not good, and since that we don't have any countries from the Europe, pretty much everything is not good. Hi Zaldi, welcome. Oh, we have a lot more interest in Bitcoin today, apparently. Maybe the big moves have something to do with that, and people are now a little bit more interested in knowing what is going on and what is maybe going to be happening. Hi Jerson, good evening. So let's go immediately into the Bitcoin action where we left off yesterday. Okay, so maybe we should go back a little bit in time and go back to yesterday. Where were we yesterday? Yeah, pretty much here. This is where we were yesterday. So this was yesterday. We saw that pretty big dump already towards the downside, and what I was looking forward for was where do we finally are getting to hold the position, right? So I did say that most likely we will get a little bit of a push towards the upside once we hit some sort of like a local bottom. Wait, boop, here. So here we hit this local bottom here. We were forming some sort of as you can see here, divergence, bullish divergence here, something like this, and this one here we made a lower low, so bullish hidden divergence. And I said, yeah, well, we most likely will get a little pump towards the upside near this green box around here. And then what happened was we did get a little bit of an upside push, as you can see. Wait for it, it's curling. Huh, it doesn't show. But you can see it here in the candles. Maybe it's because here, this candle here, basically here. So we hit back to the 9.4k, and then what happened was we got rejected immediately, like there, right there. And I told you guys, if we do get a rejection right there at the EMA 21 or this green box here, that would mean very, very bad towards the downside. And what happened then is we broke this block here. And when we broke this block here, it was actually this morning. I did enter a short because the reason is, of course, we were looking at our 2-day chart where we would be closing, right? We were looking at the 2-day chart, and let's go back again into the 2-day chart. And what did I tell you guys? Don't look at this candle, look at this candle, because this is the last candle. This is the candle where we closed, and as you can see, it closed below the EMA 21, which was for me, like I've told you guys, that would mean pretty bad stuff for Bitcoin, and I do expect a pullback towards the lower area of the 9,000 area, or the bottom of this trend, of this wedge channel, or whatever you want to call it, once again, right? So that's where I closed my shorts. So I made a nice amount this morning, just shorting from this 9,285 towards down towards a little bit above 9,000. It was like 9,050 that I closed my position, something like that, which was just this support channel here. Did I long? I did not long here, because once again, this drop towards the downside, what I've also explained yesterday, is not good. So what I'm seeing right now is pretty bearish, very bearish, very bearish, to be honest, because we have now touched it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, this green box to the downside, and I don't expect, to be honest, there is still a case for a bullish case, because, well, technically we still have not broken the challenges yet, but like I said, after 4 tries, and with momentum, and with the end of the week coming, and with everything that is showing, this is not looking good. This is not looking good. So for me personally, I'm back into a short position from like 9.3, because I saw this pump towards this green box once again, and it usually what happens is it always tests the 10 simple moving average. So I was laddering in from this area here at like 9,350 all the way down to 9,300 basically. So I got a little, well, not a little, I got a short position around that area there, because I do expect us to get rejected more, because for me, although technically spoken we have not broken this channel yet, it's just not looking good. It's just not looking good. But there's still a probability that we can float a little bit higher here, maybe like 9,400 or something like that later tonight, where the bulls are, you know, trying to fix things, let's put it like that. But the problem is, like I've said, the problem is really the midterm right now already, right? So on the weekly, we can clearly see that this cross down is starting to become more and more reality. There's still a chance. There's still a chance that we go back to over 10,500 in the next 4 days. Crazier things have happened before. I would not dismiss it. I would definitely not dismiss it. But the probability right now at this moment in time is just more towards the downside. So I am, like a cheap hooker that I am, I'm switching over into a short. Like, I don't have any morals on that area. When the charts or the technicals are telling me that the probabilities are more towards the downside, I will just be switching over to the downside. And if we are looking at the 3-day chart right now, as you can see, tomorrow the 3-day chart is going to be confirming as well, right? You can see here in so the 3-day chart and the 1-day chart are going to be closing tomorrow. And what are we looking for? Of course, the same thing, right? Do we close below this EMA 21, yes or no? So if we close tomorrow, the daily and the 3-day below 9,165, for me, that's kind of the nail in the coffin. Let's put it like that, the nail in the coffin, that we will have a more serious pullback to the downside as well. So the 2-day, currently we closed below the EMA 21, and if we keep closing below the EMA 21, that would be very bearish and very bad as well, right? So on the daily, we'll show it on this chart. It will be easier to be seen. Sorry, on this chart. So on the daily, of course, we are already below both of the 10 simple moving average and the EMA 21 as well. So in the very short term, maybe we can still wick up towards, like what I say, around 9.4k. I'm already in a short from like 9.3. If it does hit towards 9.4k, I most likely will be adding some position there, and then have an average entry of around 9,350 or something like that. I have very little problem with that, because right now, yeah, it's just showing more towards the downside than the upside. And tomorrow, If the daily closes, like I said, if the daily closes below the EMA 55 or the 9,171, yeah, that would confirm my bias towards the downside. And since that we have already touched this 9K channel, I do believe that we will be breaking it towards the downside. And then, of course, what have we been talking about since so many times already? Most likely a bounce here around like the 8.6K one area. Once again, a little bounce there, up, and then most likely down towards the 8K-ish area. Something that we've spoken about for a multiple long time already as well. But like I said, crazier things have happened before with Bitcoin. Although, like I said, I just trade the technicals, and if tomorrow we close below this 9,171 or on the 2-day chart, the EMA 21, go back to it. The 2-day chart, sorry, the 3-day chart, not the 2-day chart. The 3-day chart is at 9,164.5, right? So basically around that area, pretty similar number, right? Let's 9,170 around that area. If we close below that this green box here, yeah, I do believe that the decision and the weekly resolution has been made, and then basically this is turning into a lower high once again, right? So this is the high, lower high, this is another lower high, and this basically what would be confirming, once we break back down, would be confirming our lower low. And then our structure of higher lows, or our channel that we have been forming all the time here with our higher lows here, higher low, yeah, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Then that structure would be broken, and then of course if we make a measured move of this whole channel pattern, basically this whole pattern here, and we break it towards the downside, then we would get around our 7.5K area. Between 7.5 and 7.6K area is the measured move, right? As you can see right here. So that's where I expect things to be going, if once we confirm that this was our structure that is broken, right? But nothing has been confirmed just yet. But like I said, on the medium and momentum level, everything looks pretty bad, and yeah, it's the probabilities are just higher towards the downside than the upside. So we have to be adjusting, well, not really adjusting, we have to just make that move towards the downside, towards expecting towards the 7.5K rather than the 11.5K that we were hoping that it would be going, right? So yeah, that's what I'm expecting, somewhere around the 7.5K, and then we will, well, along the way it will make bounces, right? But eventually, most likely, we will be pulling back towards around the 7.5K. That's what I'm expecting over the next month, something like that. So for people who wanted to buy cheap Bitcoins, yeah, I think you can wait a month or something like that, and you'll be able to buy pretty cheap Bitcoins. What do I think about Link? Well, Link has been a very good chart so far, but usually whenever Bitcoin crashes, the whole market crashes as well. Maybe Link crashes less fast than other coins, because Link is doing pretty well. But other than that, yeah, I think it's going. Yeah, I mean, it's bad. It's bad for the whole economy, right? It's bad when the big coin is crashing, then the rest of the market usually follows. So things are yeah, maybe not what you wanted to be hearing, but I will give some hopium for the bulls as well, a little bit of hopium. Well, the hopium is as following. First of all, we technically have not confirmed anything yet, because the candle did not close below the channel, right? So there's technically still, you know, hopium. That's one. And then secondly, as we can see right here, RSI is still neutral level, let's put it like that, neutral level. So yeah, the bulls can make some recovery or something like that towards the upside as well. Right now on the 4-hour, yeah, to me, I think, like I said, we maybe get a little bit of a push towards the upside, and then most likely it'll get rejected back into this channel here. But yeah, let's see. Like I said, maybe we get a push towards like the EMA 21 at like 9,380 between the EMA 21 and the EMA 200. And once again, if price keeps if the price keeps below the EMA 21 on the 4 hour, of course that will also generate this bearish cross here. Wait, let me remove this magnet. This bearish cross here between the EMA 21 and the EMA 200, right? So we will get a bearish cross there. So this wick here, I already kind of look at it as a test of this bearish cross, but like I said, we could do something like this and then break back down from there as well. Overall, yeah, things are just not looking good because it didn't break a structure, but like I said, the bulls were really on a time clock, and yeah, that's what happens right now. And if we are looking at all the other momentum indicators, yeah, things are just looking pretty bearish, right? If we are looking on the 3-day, Stokes are curling hard towards the downside. On the 2-day, it was trying to go up after we had that good daily close, but now, as you can see, it's basically forming towards the downside once again as well. So once tomorrow, basically, if that gets confirmed, like I said, the only confirmation, like the nail in the coffin that we want to be seeing, is basically a close below the EMA 55 on the daily, or on the 3-day below the EMA 21 on the 3-day chart. Then that kind of would be confirming for me that we'll most likely be resolving everything towards the 7.5K rather than towards the upside. But yeah, like I said, crazier things have happened before, so you know, we can't, like, you know, put our mind completely towards the bearish scenario just yet until we get full confirmation. But for me, of course, the probabilities are just more towards the downside than the upside right now at this moment. The only positive thing that I can also say is when we are looking at the hash ribbons right now are printing on the positive side, which means the miners are actually profiting right now. So that should lower the amount of Bitcoin that is being dumped by the miners onto the market. That's basically what the hash ribbons technically would be saying, but doesn't seem like it has. I mean, it's having a lot of effect right now, right? And also one thing, whenever we get a buy signal on the hash ribbons, it does take some time before the price actually goes up, you know, substantially. So if we are looking here on the 21st of December, let's take a look on the 21st of December. Here, it went up here, but it did crash back down a little bit lower, as you can see here on the 6th of January. And it looks a little bit small, but it's still substantial from this point to this point. It's still an 11% dump that we had when the hash ribbons actually turned positive. Very similar here on the what's that, 25th of April. Let me see, 25th of April. What was the price on 25th of April? 25th of April here. Here, this is the price on 25th of April. Oh, here it did actually go up immediately. So that was a good positive signal. But for right now, as you can see, we got a positive signal yesterday, and obviously price went down. So, you know, like I said, it can easily drop 10% or something like that. Well, just for fun, let's take a look. If we do drop 10%, what that would be meaning. Let's see what 10% would mean. So from this yesterday top, basically 10% towards the downside, 10%. Yeah, 10% would mean that we would go back to around our 8.6K level. So do we get an 8.6K and then, you know, a fake out? It sounds a bit bad for me, because then we would have touched this this box also so many times towards the downside. It just doesn't look very, very positive. But I mean, I'm just showing there is some hopium here. The hash ribbons do print a positive signal right now, but like I said, if we are just looking on pure technicals, it's just not looking good. It's just not looking good. And yeah, as long as we see, definitely if we start seeing price getting close below the EMA 21 on higher time frames, not looking good. But yeah, maybe we still get some sort of like a small pump towards the higher end. But I kind of think overall we're kind of doomed. What else wanted to show? Oh yeah, what I wanted to show you guys is how cool this the Hearst cycles have actually been. If you look at the Hearst cycles, this on the top, the cycle top was very pretty much the cycle top that it was, right? 9.8k, and then the bottom 9,100. You have to actually go to yesterday, right? Let's go back to yesterday. Here the Hearst cycle on the top, it on the bottom, sorry, was saying 9,098, which is pretty much where the price went to, right? And if you can see now what it's showing, the bottom is 9,156. So if we retest that zone, we would be, or confirming that zone, we would be breaking that EMA 55, or that green box that I've been talking about. And if we do break this short-term bottom, we can look at the medium cycle bottom, which is currently at 8,200 area. And like I said, I do expect us to be making a small bounce around the first around the 8.6 small bounce, and then most likely a little bit around 8.1k or something like that for a more substantial bounce, most likely. And that's basically the bottom range of our Hearst circle. And if we are looking towards the top side, as you can see here, the 10.5k area that we have been talking about for a pretty long time, after we had the 9.8k, we had the chance and probability, the chance basically to be breaking up, like I said, towards the 10.5k. But the bears had another plan, so most likely this Elliott wave count will be incorrect, and we'll have to recount it. And that's a little bit the problem, like I've explained to you before already with the Elliott waves. So instead of this impulse wave towards the upside, this will be assumed as just an ABC correction towards the upside, so a bearish correction. So that's the problem with trading with Elliott waves. After the whole pattern is basically done, then basically you can see what the count exactly was. So it's very hard to be trading with Elliott waves, and that's the reason why I don't really trade with Elliott waves in terms of like my positions or anything like that. I just put it out there just to see whenever something is fully created and it just looks cool. And but to be honest, it's very hard to be trading on Elliott waves. Anyways, let's take a look on the traditional markets, because the traditional markets are basically showing us pretty much the same story what I've told yesterday. So yesterday I said, do we hold on the daily? Do we hold above the EMA 21 for the S&P? Yes or no? And as you can see, yes, this morning when I woke up, it also closed below the EMA 21. Once again, the 2-day closed below the EMA 21. The traditional markets closed below the EMA 21. So for me, it was, it was pretty at that time price was around 9,300, I think, when the markets when the daily candle closed, and I just went into a short because that's what traditional markets confirmed, and higher time frame confirmed the move towards the downside. And like I've said, if we would be hitting below 9,250, most likely we'll be heading towards the 9k-ish area. And we actually went a little bit lower than 9k actually, but I kind of expected 9,050, something like that, just a little bit above 9k. Anyways, as you can see right now, we are heading below this VWAP ratio as well. So I think this just shows more continuation towards the downside. And where do I expect us to be going? Well, you can see the green box there already. Most likely somewhere around here. The EMA 200 is most likely our target towards the downside here. And that also would mean for our Bitcoin to be going back down, most likely to our around 8.6k area as well, right? Do we bounce from there? Most likely a little bit of bounce. Do we break it? And then that would completely confirm everything. But with the HVP flashing since a week or something like that ago already, I don't believe that it's just a move of like $200 or $300. So like I said, most likely a $1,000 or $2,000 move towards the downside is where the probabilities are higher right now. Very similar pattern on Nasdaq, as we can see here. Nasdaq looks better, definitely looks better, because it did bounce from the 10 simple moving average here. It did bounce, but right now struggling as well, as you can see here. And it looks like, it's not confirmed yet, but it looks like it's going to be breaking this 9,900 area, and then I do see continuation down towards this EMA 21 at around 9,800. Do we get a bounce there? Most likely we'll get a small bounce there, and that's where Bitcoin is going to be around 8.6k ish area, right? So that's what I'm looking at this moment and time. So let's see. We closed our candle right now because it's 8 o'clock for me, and as you can see, we closed below this green box once again. So that looks pretty bad. That looks pretty bad for Bitcoin to be closing there. Of course, the daily is not there. Yeah. So yeah. What would be my ranges right now? Well, the EMA 200 and the EMA 21. I don't think so, Constant. I don't think Bitcoin is gonna go up, but we could get a retest of this zone, of this bearish cross here, the EMA 21 and the EMA 200. But since we had this wick up there already, that could already be a push towards the upside already. I think we're gonna break down towards the 8.6k. That's basically what I'm thinking. But yeah, so that would be my top. So ranges 9,300 and what's that? 9,364 for the EMA 200, and towards the downside, most likely this the 9,150, right? Something like that. So let's see what the expected moves charts are saying. Expected move charts, they are saying first standard deviation to the top side is 9,357, which is exactly the number that we were looking at, and 9,100 on the downside, to the downside. And as you can see right now, expected moves is curling towards the downside as well, so it doesn't look good. So yeah, let's take a look on the Stokes. Stokes are, wow, it's curling down very hard. And then yeah, RSI is going very down as well. So let's take a look on the HVP. HVP is expanding a little bit, so but you can see the move is not done yet. It's not nearly nearly done. And as you can see here, HVP is a very still very low on the daily as well. So yeah, this move is definitely not done just yet. It's definitely not done. The daily is actually curling a little bit up, but like I said, if tomorrow we have that daily close and the 3-day close below 9,170, then it would of course curl towards the downside as well, right? Let's take a look on the RSI. RSI is definitely below EMA, of course, and heading towards the bearish zone right now. So let's take a look on the short term. Stokes on the short term are very low right now, but what I'm expecting is actually something like this, where we curl up and then break down more, to be honest, at this previous resistance line. I don't think we're going to get out of this zone for a while. That's what I'm thinking, sadly enough. But Bitcoin can prove me wrong. As you can see right now here, RSI is stuck below in the bearish control zone right now as well. So not looking good. So yeah, what is the VIX saying? VIX is going up a little bit. So yeah, VIX is going up, means price is going down. So yeah, makes sense. Boom. Yeah, it's not looking good, guys. It's not looking good. Is there a best day or time during the week to buy alts? I would not buy anything right now. That's basically what I'm only trying to say, Tina. So I would not buy anything right now. It doesn't look good at all. Other than that, what are you looking to buy short term? I am not looking to buy short term. I'm just looking to be shorting. That's basically what I'm looking at right now. I'll be shorting this for most likely the whole month, I assume. If this breaks, to be clear, so in my normal day trading account, I am in the short right now from like around 9.3k. I will be adding to my short position if we bounce back up to like 9,300 up to 9,400, basically where the 10 simple moving averages, where I'll be adding more position until 9.4k. But on my swing trading account, if we do break the 8.9k, so this wick here, if we break and confirm close below the 8.9k, that will be my swing trade. So I will be just shorting on my swing trade account, and most likely will be not looking at that account for a month or something like that, because I think that we will be getting towards most likely 6.8k, 6.9k or something like that. But we'll analyze things when we get there. I think 7.5k is very, very, very likely, but that would still not, it still does not look enough, I feel, at that point in time. But let's see. But this is the measured move right now. As you can see, 7.5k is between 7.5 and 7.6k, something around there. Somewhere around there is what I'm expecting with this measured move, and it will be hard and furious, I think, once we start breaking this EMA 200, once we start breaking the 8.6k towards the 8k, and this, I think it's gonna go pretty fast as well, because just looking at the monthly, so as we can see here, what I told you guys before, so this the Stokes are still curling up right now, right? So on the monthly, and when are they going to be curling to the downside is when this of course this EMA is gonna get crashed down, and the closing point is at 9,050. So if we basically close the monthly below 9,000, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty, right? For the next month, it's not going to be pretty for the next month. So then this momentum will be curling towards the downside as well. And then, of course, on the longer term, it's going to be pretty bad. But right now, I'm in a short. I think over the next couple of days, well, tomorrow it will basically give me either confirmation or more information. But like I said, when we are so near the week at the weekly close, and we have all these trends that are going against us right now, and we have like I said, weekly bearish divergence that are going to get confirmed at this weekly close. It's just not a positive trend. This was really the moment, like breaking here, going towards 9.9k. That was basically the moment for the bulls to be pushing through, and the bulls hesitated, and the bulls didn't push through, and then the bears basically capitalized on this right now. And like I said, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. Usually you don't get that many touches towards the downside, although if you're on the technical aspect, like I said, it has still not closed below the channel, the bullish channel, so we can't really say that the trend is completely reversed yet, but the probabilities are just too high towards the downside right now that I am just aggressive in my position right now. For the people who are more conservative, the rule is still the same. You wait until the break of 8.9k, which is this area here. If we break this point here, 8,900 something, it's a little bit below 8,900. Let me see, what was it exactly? Exactly is 8893. So 8893. Let's note it back down. 8893. There. So for the conservative traders, which most people should be, just wait for this break of 8893 and then enter a short. Definitely less risky. But for me, like I said, I've been looking at this for the past, on a daily basis. It's just the trend is just after I've seen this action and like I said, there's just too many high time frames that are showing momentum loss. So I don't think we will be able to go back up and break the 10.5k or the whatever. There's always a probability. There's always a chance. There's always a probability. But for me, today was basically for me the hammer, and then tomorrow I hope to get to see confirmation. I hope to see confirmation where we are closing below the EMA 55 on the daily, or the 3-day candle close below the EMA 21. Very similar also on the Stokes charts. I want to see this move towards the EMA 200 or this green box here on the S&P. If I see that happening, basically that confirms as well for me that Bitcoin is most likely going towards this 8.6k area, or this green box here, and breaking, most importantly, breaking and confirming the whole structure of this this channel to be breaking. And then as you can see, the measured move is all the way down towards 7.5k. So something to look forward to for the bears, not really for the bulls. So yeah, that's basically what I'm looking at. Nasdaq is right now, it's a little bit below 10k. It's like 9,979 right now. As you can see, it's still holding this 10 simple moving average, but I do think that we will be breaking and going down towards this EMA 21 at 9.8k as well. So if Nasdaq does that and goes toward 9.8k, that's what Bitcoin is going to be doing as well, going toward the 8.6k. But like I said, it's not really the point of that it's going towards 8.6k. The problem is that it just breaks this whole structure, right? That we have been forming since the 29th of April. This whole structure is going to be breaking, and then measured move is just towards the downside, is just to 7.5k. So not that it's gonna go towards 7.5k immediately. Like I said, 8.6k, then most likely 8k ish, and then eventually the next bounce towards the downside is most likely 7.5k. So something to look forward to next month. So then at that point in time, let's see if we can buy some Bitcoin, cheap Bitcoin at like 7.5k, or a little bit lower even, or at like 6.9k. If we do break 6.9k, then we have very, very big issues, to be honest. Then Bitcoin will be starting to look like a shitcoin chart, and then things can go pretty bad very, very quickly as well. But we're not there just yet. Yes, Constant, tomorrow is the futures contract expired, but if you watched my video yesterday, you would I gave a lot of information about that as well, that there's a lot of options that are worthless. That are basically non that will not affect the price at all, because the strikes were at very high prices, like 30,000 or 20,000 Bitcoin price. So it will not affect the price. Most of the options are being used to hedge their margin trading positions. So I don't think it will affect the price that much tomorrow. But I think the whole structure that we have been forming, and I think today, basically for me, at least for me, this is just my personal opinion, of course. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not a financial advice. People should be responsible with whatever they're doing with their own money. But that's basically what I'm seeing right now. Let's take a look on the CME chart if we can see something. Yeah. So yesterday I made this triangle. As you can see, we closed below that triangle this morning. And that's also my confirmation as well that we would be going towards the downside, right? As you can see here, we broke below this blue line that I've put, and then we are back here. But usually, like I said, that's just a retest of the wedge, and then we go down more. And very similar to Bitcoin, we can just make a measured move of this as well. So if we can take a measured move here, we can see that we'll most likely go all the way back down to the 8.2k. 8.2k is around 8.2k is around 8.1k on the spot price, right? So 8.1k is where I expect to have a bounce as well, and that's this box here. But like I said, I don't think that's the end at around 8k. I think we make a bounce towards maybe back to the EMA 200 8.5 and then go back down towards 7.5k. That's, I don't want to be too bearish, but that's what it looks like at this moment in time. But like I said, Bitcoin is a crazy thing. Bitcoin is a very crazy thing. So crazier things have happened before. We can still, but yeah, I mean, Stokes, everything is towards the downside. So yeah, I think short term. Okay, let's go short term. Short term, always a chance that we go back into and retest this bearish cross here between the EMA 21 and the EMA 200. But when this confirms on the next 4 hours, and it will confirm basically in the next 4 hours, this cross here, and the next 4 hour candle close, if the price is below 9,364, then the cross will be confirmed in the next 4 hours, and that bearish cross is basically continuation of the trend, right? If we are looking at that cross, let's do a back test of that cross between the 200 and the 21. And let's remove the 10 simple as well for now. Poof, so we can see it clear. So we have a bearish cross, potential bearish cross confirmation here, as we've been discussing. We had a bullish cross here, and as you can see here, bullish cross, and then we did a nice pump up towards the upside. Let's see if we have another cross somewhere. Boom, boom, boom. We didn't have a cross here. We did not have a cross here. We did not have a cross here. It just bounced off. Here we have a cross here. As you can see here, we have a cross here, bullish cross, and then price went up. We have a cross towards the upside here, and then as you can see, small pump towards the upside as well. Well, not really small, it's still substantial. We have a bearish cross here, as you can see, and then price went down, as you can see here. We have a bullish cross here, and then as you can see, price went continued to go back up as well. So yeah, anyways, you can backtest everything. It's usually it's a pretty good indicator that that we will be heading towards the downside more than anything else. So another confirmation for me that yeah, we'll most likely will be breaking the trend towards the downside rather than the upside. Sadly enough, I was really hoping, and we had all the chances, all the opportunity in the lifetime, but I think this is going towards the downside than the upside. The HVP is flashing, and yeah, hi silent trader, and the bears are pushing. So yeah, let's make some money. Go bears! Go bears! Are pushing towards the downside. So yeah, short term, like I said, still a possibility that we retest this bearish cross at like 9,350-ish, maybe even all the way up to the EMA 55 at 9,400. But for me, it is more adding to my shorting position rather than anything else. When do I think that we could have, you know, some bullish action or a reversal of the pattern? Well, of course, when we start closing above this VWAP area here, 9,445. If we go back above 9,450, then you know, I'll change my stance in the short term. But yeah, I'm sorry to say, but this is a shorting opportunity rather than a longing opportunity that it turned out to. And like I said, looking at the HVP, we are still super low, so this move is way not over just yet. And like I said, I do think that that we will be seeing 8.6, 8k, 7.5k next month, something like that. But of course, we take it day by day, step by step. I'll be confirming my swing trade. If we break below 8.9k, that would be my long-term swing trade, probably for a month or something like that. because yeah, it's not gonna move like, you know, instantly or anything like that. And day by day, of course, I'll just take profits along the way. So right now I'm shorting at 9.3k. I'll be taking profits around like this area here, this green box here, wait for a bounce, and then, you know, and go from box to box. Basically, that's day trading. You know, just take profits wherever you can, whenever you can. That's basically what day trading is all about. But for my swing trades, yeah, I'll just let it run from 8.9k. If we break 8.9k, all the way down towards most likely 7.5k, and then maybe even 6.9k or something like that. And then we'll be thinking about longing once again. But until then, most likely keep shorting, sadly enough. So yeah, I think yeah, that's quite a lot already for today. We've gone through most of the stuff that I wanted to say. Oh yeah, one thing. Boom, boom, boom. So here, I've spoken about this weekly as well. This weekly potential bullish cross. If price goes below, as you can see here, 8.6k by the end of the week, then also we will not have a bullish cross as well, right? So this then if price goes below that one, then it would get rejected like this, something like this, right? So something that we have to look out on as well for the end of the week. Do we close below 8.6k? Yes or no? I have a feeling that we will be closing below 8.6k, but yeah, that's basically what I'm thinking and looking at right now. So yeah, like I said, very short term, maybe. Let's see what the RSI is saying. Oh, it's still so low, and we're not. For the record, we don't have any divergences right now. We don't have any divergences right now. So yeah, can't say that there's any super positive news on that I can tell you that there's a bullish divergence or anything like that. No bullish divergence at all. So most likely more continuation to the downside. So yeah, short term, maybe we can go back up and retest this bearish cross right here at like 9,350, maybe even wick up towards 9,400 or the EMA 55. I wouldn't really hope on it, but crazier things have happened before. But overall, I do expect us to be breaking down tomorrow below the EMA 55 on the daily, or close below the 3-day candle on the EMA 21 on the 3-day candle at 9,156 right at this time. That's basically what I'm expecting. And then most likely the day after, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, more continuations to the downside, eventually around 8.6k by the end of the week or something like that, maybe hover around something like that, and then break down more towards the 8.1k by next week. That's basically what I'm thinking is going to be happening. And let's see. I'm in a short right now, Laxman, from 9.3k, so a little bit hoping that it keeps on going down. On my day trading position, at least. Okay. Well, to be honest, I was very bullish when we broke here, right? When we tried to break here, and to be honest, and this whole pattern here is bullish, right? This whole pattern is bullish. It is technically a bullish pattern that has the higher probability to be breaking towards the upside. But I mean, it was taking too long. It was just taking too long. The bulls had everything in their power to be actually breaking that 10.5k level. If we just had, you know, a little bit more strength and time, we would have most likely made it. But yeah, they don't let us. The institutions are not letting us breaking through that level. They have maybe other plans in their mind. So yeah, let's see. Also something that I wanted to take a look at is not that one. Our COT, as you can see, our COT is not updated just yet. Let's see what this gray line is going to be doing in the next couple of days. So that's what I'm looking at as well to be seeing. Nikolai, of course this is a bullish pattern, right? We've gone over it for a really long time already. This is a bullish pattern. So we went up here, and then we formed some sort of a flag, right? So it's a bullish. Normally, what happened is this, right? So we form this, then we get some accumulation, and then some sort of a channel, and then we go back up. So that's a bullish pattern. It has higher probability to go towards the upside than the downside. Right now it doesn't look like it, but crazier things have happened before already. So don't count Bitcoin just out just yet. But if tomorrow closure below the EMA 55 on the 3-day, below the EMA 21, kind of would be the nail in the coffin for me. That's basically what I'm thinking. But for the real money and for my bigger position is I'm just waiting for this 8.9k to be breaking. That's basically the safe way to be trading things. Just wait for 8.9 to be breaking and then go into a short from there. But other than that, yeah, I think I've covered everything for today. And it's really crazy, right? Because the FAD is printing, and yeah, the FAD is printing money, and this, yeah, like I said, there's so many things that conflict me. For, you know, I really wanted to keep longing. But I cannot trade with my instincts, or else I would be going broke. I have to be trading on my technical analysis, and right now the technical analysis is saying the probabilities is just higher towards the downside rather than the upside. So gotta go with that for now. But other than that, prove me wrong, Bitcoin. Go back up above 9,450, and then you know, close a candle, a 4-hour candle above 9,450. Then, you know, I might change my tune and I might change my mind. But that's the last hopium that there is, basically, because tomorrow, 8.6. I think it's too risky at that point to be longing any more Laxman, but I do expect us to have a bounce, right? So you can see here the EMA 200 is slowly going up, right? So when we get you know, in the last couple of cases and we bounce here, I do believe that we will be making a small bounce here on the EMA 200, maybe towards back towards the previous resistance, but it can go like something like this towards the downside as well. For me, to be honest, at that point in time when we are going towards these type of areas, and my macro perspective is towards the downside, I will just be shorting bounces rather than be longing support levels, if you understand my logic at that point. So whenever I see a bounce, I'll be shorting it rather than longing at that point in time. Because yeah, that's what I'm thinking right now with the HVP and everything. I think we're gonna go towards 7.5k at somewhere around there, and then reanalyze things from there. So every time during my day trading, I will be finding shorting positions rather than longing positions. Okay, but yeah, most likely for the people who are very risk averse and who are heroes, they can try to long, of course, on those areas, right? But this whole resolution is most likely going to be resolved towards the downside rather than the upside. So every time it bounces on my day trading account, I'll be shorting rather than longing, and then yeah, go about it day by day. When we do break 8.9k here, I'll be leaving that as a swing trade on my swing trading account, and that will just take a whole month or something like that, from 8.9 to like 7.5k or something like that. So that will be the big money maker for the month. But other than that, yeah, I think I've covered everything. Sorry guys, but I have to be switching over into shorts right now rather than longing. Yeah, I think that covers everything. But who knows? Bitcoin has been crazier. The FAD come up with some magical concoction and plan, and suddenly everything momentum is switching over. But for now, I am sadly enough, I do think that we are going to be resolving things towards the downside, but that also brings opportunity to be buying Bitcoin cheaper, and of course make money by shorting. So like I said, I'm not, I don't really care which direction we'll be going, but I want the direction to be big and fast. That's how a trader can make money, right? Because to be honest, the last since this period here, since we started bouncing in between these two green boxes, I haven't been making much money, right? Haven't been making much diapers. So I do hope that we get some resolution towards the downside or the upside, or who cares, so that we can make some real money at that point in time. All right. So hope you enjoyed today's stream. Although for the bulls and the moon boys, look away. Don't look at this. Don't look at this. Don't look at this. But for the bears and the doom boys, yeah, I told you so. I told you so. That's basically how the crypto market reacts whenever the price goes up or down. And you as a trader, you should be just be thinking about how can I make money, rather than being a moon boy or a doom boy. So yeah. Anyways, hope to see you again tomorrow, same time, and we'll be updating everything as usual. 7:30 p.m. UTC +8. Please like, share, comment, and ask questions, and I will try to answer them if I can during the live stream. And other than that, of course, please stay home, stay safe, and of course, stay COVID free.